Before the destruction of planet Vegeta and the mass genocide of the Saiyan race commenced, an internal feud was being waged within their own race as well. Once in 1,000 years, there is said to be a warrior amongst them with power beyond imagination, strong enough to stand toe-to-toe with the gods themselves, the legendary Super Saiyan. In one universe in no way relative to the main timeline, a Saiyan boy named Broly was born as the son of the soldier Paragus with a staggering power level unheard of in an infant of over 10,000. Needless to say, the threat of an unfamiliar power and a potential challenge to the throne was more than enough for King Vegeta to dispose of him, or so he thought. As time moved on and Broly was eventually met with his fated match against Goku, his power was unlike anything the Z-Fighters had ever faced before, but thanks to another miracle by Goku and his friends, they were able to survive and defeat the most powerful Saiyan they'd ever met. In Dragon Ball Super, through continuation of the official timeline after the Tournament of Power, Goku and Vegeta were also met with Brolic Saiyan power. Being exiled from planet Vegeta in a much more humane way this time, Broly and his father Paragus took refuge away from the Saiyans that had turned their back on them, stumbling upon a desolate planet called Vampa. Upon meeting not only Frieza but Goku and Vegeta eventually as well, our official canon Broly already wielded power never before utilized by any Saiyans Goku and Vegeta had ever seen before, but this was only the tip of the iceberg, as upon the sudden death of his father, Broly erupted with power one could really only refer to as the true power of the Saiyans, forcing Goku and Vegeta to merge their powers, creating Gogeta in order to defeat him. Two sides of the same coin, two spectrums of similar power. Broly then and Broly now are totally different people, but now, by the grace of young Gigi, have crossed parallels, meeting for the first time ever in order to settle who the absolute legendary Super Saiyan is once and for all. Simultaneously across two separate universes, two battles are being forged, very well documented but with a slight change in outcomes. In the main timeline, Gogeta launches his final attack at a now weakened Super Saiyan Broly, who is surely to be destroyed completely until at the very last second. Chile asked Shenron to return Broly to planet Vampa, and we all remember how this ends, with Goku showing up on their planet after the battle to bring them supplies and issue a future challenge to Broly. In a separate timeline, however, Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan, rampages through the Z-Fighters as if they were nothing more than flies. But the miracle Goku and his friends achieved won't happen this time, but a different miracle in itself, as Broly's overflowing power tears a hole in the fabric of reality, allowing him to burst into another universe, ending up on none other than planet Vampa in Universe 7. Being the psychotic killing machine that he is, legendary Super Saiyan Broly attacks our new Broly and his friends right away. Super Broly puts up an impressive fight against his counterpart for a pretty long time, still suppressing his true rage. However, legendary Super Saiyan Broly has the unique ability to grow endlessly stronger the more powerful his opponents are and the longer he fights. As Z Broly continuously gets stronger with each passing minute, Super Broly is using every bit of his control to suppress his true power within him that he promised his friends he would never allow to be released again. But with each attack that doesn't finish the job, he expends his own energy and allows Z Broly time to become even stronger. But then, as Chile is murdered in cold blood in front of him by Z Broly, Super Broly loses all control. The animal that we witnessed battle Gogeta only moments prior to this has returned with power easily rivaling his opponents, his very own power unknowingly. If you guys want to check out Dragon Ball vs Dream Battles by Young Gigi, the link as always will be down below in the description box, so be sure to go check it out, guys. If you guys are enjoying the video so far, and I want to apologize about the super long intro, it's been a few months since we picked up on this story, consider leaving a like on this video as well, and also don't forget to turn those notifications on to never miss an upload. Also, be sure to follow on both Twitch and Twitter to stay up with me and all anime related content. But without further ado, guys, as Super Broly seethes with rage over the loss of his friend, his power overflows at an uncontrollable rate. Chile begs him with her dying breath, pleading for Broly to not lose sight of himself and become that unpredictable monster again. "You're not a war machine," she calls out to him. Limo also confirms their mutual feelings as well, telling him that they're all friends, as Broly agrees. Honoring her last wish, Super Broly has finally regained some control of himself, but the minute Chile's head falls lifelessly into Limo's arms, Broly once again is sent into a spiraling rage, remembering the short but vivid memories he had with his friends, taking a complete toll on his mind. Z Broly notices his inner struggle as he looks on, but he tells him that if he doesn't want to fight, then he has absolutely no problem destroying everything right now, and then he powers up once again. "Now let's finish this," he says, pointing at Super Broly. Z Broly doesn't go for him, however, as he charges Limo on the ground, who's still holding Chile. Broly, in an attempt to save his last friend, launches himself towards the ground and shields Limo from Z Broly with his body, landing an explosive punch to his spine. He then grabs Super Broly by the face, preparing to kill his counterpart, telling him that'll blow Super Broly to smithereens. When Z Broly turns his attention back to Limo and threatens him again, however, Super Broly bursts with rage again, freeing himself from Mother Broly's grip and attacks him. He throws a punch with all of his might behind it, but Z Broly is unaffected. The two clash as the force of their battle changes the very climate of the planet, but as they are now, it doesn't seem that one has the clear upper hand over the other. Back and forth they go, trading attacks, brawling until the very end, but eventually Super Broly is able to send Z Broly flying and sends a powerful beam chasing after him. Z Broly takes the full brunt of the blast head on, however, when the smoke clears, he's shown to be still unscathed. "Now I'm excited," Z Broly says after witnessing that amazing power by his opponent. Super Broly shows a kind of concerned look on his face as he says that his opponent's power has soared again somehow, not even realizing that this is the awesome ability of the legendary Super Saiyan, to become endlessly stronger the longer he fights more and more powerful opponents. Once again, the demon of the past charges at Super Broly, who still struggles to understand how his opponent is getting steadily stronger throughout their battle. The fierce clash between the two Super Saiyans seems to once again be leveling out, with both of them at their maximum power. When the two collide fists once more, an explosion sends shockwaves across the planet as Limo can only look on, questioning just what does Broly think he's doing right now, shelling out this much crazy power. But then he remembers. Not too long ago, Limo had a very significant conversation while a part of Frieza's army that informed him among the most powerful warriors in the universe. There exists a story about a once-in-a-millennia super warrior known as the legendary Super Saiyan. But not in a million years would Limo expect to experience this fable firsthand. He finally realizes the awful reality of Z Broly's ability. There is no limit to his power, no cap to his endless strength. At that exact moment though, the fabric of reality is torn once again overhead as above Limo the literal sky is falling, revealing different dimensions. Once these mysterious holes are revealed, an extremely strong force begins pulling both of the Brolys through as they're warped to a separate dimension. At first, Limo looks a little unnerved by everything he's just seen, but then he remembers the three of them, no matter what, are in this together, so with Chile still in his arms, he decides to follow his friend Broly wherever that may lead him. Across the space-time continuum of the Dragon Ball multiverse lies the Earth and the world of Dragon Ball GT. It's been 1 year since Goku left with Shenron after defeating the Shadow Dragons, as things seem peaceful for the time being on Earth. Pan is shown as she peeks her head around the corner, calling out to her father Gohan that it's time for them to leave for Capsule Corp. Gohan, as we see him in this universe, also chose the scholarly path as he tells Pan that he has paperwork he needs to finish, so she decides to go to Capsule Corp on her own. On her way, she bumps into Giru, who immediately fills her with the memories her, Goku, and Trunks had the year prior throughout space, bringing tears to her eyes, but Pan firmly believes that whenever they're in a pinch, her grandpa Goku will return, which may be much sooner than they expected. The defeat of the Shadow Dragons and the peace resulting from Goku's sacrifice has become short-lived, as the dimensional fabric above Pan's head shatters from the battle in a parallel universe. Out of the tear steps the massive monstrosity known as the legendary Super Saiyan, Broly, uttering the name Kakarot as he enters the dimension of GT. Pan is awestruck by the sheer size and power of Broly as she asks just where did this guy come from, but Broly is only concerned with finding Kakarot, demanding Pan tell him where he is. Kakarot? Oh, you mean my grandpa, Pan says? My grandpa isn't here anymore. Oh, so Kakarot isn't here, Broly replies. Well then, I'll just destroy this planet. And I'll first start with you, he says, as he sets his murderous sights on Pan. lifting his hand and in a powerful explosive blast, Broly obliterates Pan in one attack.